So I wanted to show you all what I picked up from Sephora. I went ahead and purchased the Light Reflecting Foundation from Nars. This one is in Macao. It's considered their medium deep shade. Another thing that's new from Nars is their blush. This one is the color Exhibit A. Look at this, guys. Look how beautiful that is. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Chantecaille Beauty. Hopefully you'd like, subscribe, and share. I bring science to beauty, and I'm also in the luxury beauty space. And I'm super excited today because I'm bringing the science and also doing a demo and wear test of the new Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. We've seen this technology in some foundations like Chanel and her powders. They have the light reflecting pigments in there. So I'm going to read the claims off of Sephora about this foundation. Then we're going to go into the demo test. But I also want to, while I'm reading these claims, break down the ingredients for you. So it gives you some context on if this if these ingredients really are going to help you within that 6-week period. So let's get started. So it says that this is a makeup skincare hybrid foundation with a natural finish that blurs and smooths your skin and gives clarity over time. So if you use this for about 6 weeks, it said that it's supposed to improve the skin's overall texture and even out the skin tone, also bring in a lot of moisture, and that kind of thing. So the coverage is medium and the finish is natural. And now going into how to use this. Now I still use a foundation brush. That's just my preference. But you know, you can use your fingers. I think the fingers are a great application, but because I'm always on the go really quick, a foundation brush works, and I still get a really good finish that's pleasing to me when I use a brush, even though some foundations would say use your fingers. This is definitely saying use your fingers, dispense it, warm it, and then use your fingers to apply it. So do with that what you may. Now let's look at the claims. It says there's biomimetic oat in here. Biomimetic oat is just a fancy way of saying this was synthetically made. When we talk about biomimetics, it's a process of emulating a natural biochemical process that happens in nature. Okay, and that is supposed to bring you the clarity and improve redness, which we know oats is really great for doing that. Japanese lily turf, it's supposed to strengthen your skin's barrier, and there's also cocoa peptides in milk thistle that is to help you with blue light and environmental stressors. So the cocoa leaf is really great. I don't know if they use the leaf, but cocoa overall in skincare really is an anti-inflammatory. It's really great for cell turnover. And what's great about it also is it's good for evening your skin tone. So that was the claims with this foundation. Now to look at the ingredient list to see exactly where things kind of fall. So right out the gate, I'll tell you, this is a highly silicone rich foundation. So it's silicone rich. And that's a great thing because silicone, we know, smoothens out the skin. It's really great for doing that. It's also great for acting as a barrier against aggressive molecules that we use on the skin. One of them, i.e. glycolic acid. So if you use silicone, it kind of buffers that from being as aggressive on the skin. So I do see that, you know, there's a lot of silicone. There's also at the very top of the list, butylene glycol. That's like the third ingredient. So they use a lot of that. Butylene glycol is a fatty alcohol, so not bad. It's a humectant, you know, that humectants we know for the moisture. But butylene glycol also acts as helping ingredients that's not so easy to dissolve in a formula to dissolve in the formula. Okay, so we see that as a third ingredient. There's also glycerin in here, another smoothing agent, just like your butylene glycol, just like your silicone. So that really smooth effect that you're getting with the application of this is due to the glycerin, the butylene glycol, and all of these silicones that's in here. Okay, the cocoa is a good ways down. It's right here in the middle, as well as the Japanese lily turf. I would say, you know, guys, it's all about, everything is subjective when it comes to products that we purchase. If you really want to see if this is going to work and lives up to its claims, then my suggestion would be take a picture of day one if you're using it to day 6 week and see if you see any improvement with your skin. It says that when you take off your foundation, you still have the skin loving ingredients that's in the foundation. You know, again, that's very subjective. We don't know how far this is getting into the skin's barrier. So this is not a way to avoid a skincare routine because these claims, okay? So, you know, again, the only way you can really test to see how this would work is to start from day one using it to day 6 week and really see, and use nothing else, no other foundations, etc. Because this is kind of tricky to claim this when you're using other products in between that probably is helping your skin. So I don't know, unless you're doing a test where this is the only thing you're using along with a face wash, then, you know, that's a pretty hefty claim there. But anyway, we're gonna do the demo of this and then I'll do the wear test and we'll come back and have my full-on conclusion of this foundation. I'm just gonna blend this out. And you all know I don't mind my imperfections peeking through. It is absolutely beautiful, and Nars is known for giving us really great complexion products. And you know, if you don't have a lot to cover, I would say this would be the perfect foundation. And this is giving me radiance, like a lot of radiance. Can you all see that? And it is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna try Almond under my eyes. We have it right here. So I'm just gonna go under the eye here. And not as yellow as I would like. Almond blends right in with the foundation. So I didn't get the face powder. He has a new face powder out. Because it has shimmer in it, I'm not really a fan of the shimmer in my face powder, so I passed on that. However, he has some beautiful blushes that came out. The beautiful orange shade, this is called Exhibit A, and I don't know why on the camera it looks red, but it's really not. It is a beautiful brick orange. This is the Fenty Honey Powder, and I'm just going to tap a little bit under my eye. The thing about this is if you use a lot of this, it's gonna start cracking. I definitely suggest the Laura Mercier powder. However, I don't have that with me, but I highly suggest that one. Face powder of choice is from Gucci. I'm just gonna dust this on lightly. And I love to see how foundations work with my other products. And this is working really nicely. I'm even taking it over where I put the Fenty powder just to blur everything out. But I do see the radiance still peeping just a little bit through my Gucci powder, and that's fine. I am all about the radiant look. So I do want to test this out. I was so curious about this. I want to use this on my eyes as well as my cheeks. And I really want to see how this is going to look on my eyes. I've tried it on my cheeks and I love it. But you all know I love versatility with my products. This is stunning. Okay, the orange shade that used to be, see, Colourpop had like this palette I used to use before I got in the luxury space. It was called Orange You, is it Orange You Glad or something like that? Orange Me Glad. It was just all these hues of orange. I've showed it in like my earlier videos. And this orange reminds me a lot of that. And I was in love with that orange shade. Look how pretty that is. If you want to do a soft glam look, this is gonna be it. So I brought myself in super close because I wanted you all to really see. Oh, and it's billable. And of course I'm using a very fluffy brush because I'm just going to use this as a mono lid color just everywhere. Definitely when you get to the lids, if you were using multiple shades, I would say use a more dense brush and that's smaller. Ooh. Okay, so you can use a wet brush or you can use your fingers and really get that orange shade to pop, and this is stunning. You're gonna pull a lot more product when you use your fingers because the warmth from your fingers and the oils. And also, if you use a wet brush, it's gonna pull more product too. I love this. I'm just pulling you guys back just a little bit so you can see how beautiful this is. I'm also gonna put this on my cheeks. I'm just gonna use what was on the brush and then buff it out. Look at that, you all, that is pretty. Just gonna put on a little bit of eyeliner here. This is from Estee Lauder. This is the shade Onyx. I love it because it's smooth, it's soft. Gonna go in with my Chantecaille Faux Mascara. So you all, as you can see, I put on the Gucci powder and the radiance is definitely coming through and I love it. It is gorgeous. However, I'm going to do a wear test. We're going to run errands, go to lunch, and I'm going to come back tonight with my final thoughts with this foundation just to see the wear test, how it holds up. Was there any cracking in the smile lines and all of that good jazz that we always wonder about when we buy foundations. So, yeah. So ladies, here is my face at the 5-hour mark. It still looks really good, very radiant. It has this natural glow, so it's not overpowering, like, you know, I mean, overwhelming as in being greasy and you needing to reapply. This looks really nice and I didn't even have to reapply any powder whatsoever. So I'm super impressed for the 5-hour mark, but I'm going to have lunch and then, you know, we'll push it another hour or so and see where we are at the 7th hour. So this is me close up after lunch. It is really pretty. I have no complaints about this foundation. All right, friends, so it's about 10 at night and as you can see, the Nars foundation is holding up beautifully. It is not making me oily. It's just giving me that radiant look. So I can truly say after more than 8 hours of wearing this, it really does wear nicely. Yeah, it's not settled into lines or anything. It just looks really, really nice. I forgot to mention that this does transfer, but not enough to really say that it's, you know, annoying. But it does transfer. I don't know if it said if it was transfer proof, but I'm just letting you all know, just in case you put this on and you go to hug somebody, it will transfer a little bit onto their clothing. So my shade is Macao again, if you guys want to check this out. I will leave a link to everything that I used in the video down below. I absolutely say the blushes are, at least the one that I have, Exhibit A, is absolutely beautiful. I love it. And I love it on my eyes. I love how it wears. It's not patchy. It goes on smooth. It's not, you know, sometimes when moisture would get on your eyelids, it would leave these lines in between your shadow and your lids. It's not doing that. It's sitting true matte. And I really love that. So with spring coming up, these are some of the products you need to be looking at. Almond really is not the one that I should have gotten. I wanted something a little bit more yellow, so I should have gone after that. But overall, we know Nars to give us top-notch products, really great complexion products, 39 shades in this, and they have done a great job. I have nothing negative to say about this foundation. I think if you're looking for a really great radiant like foundation that has that medium coverage and just give a freshness and a youthfulness to the skin, this is definitely a good choice. I love you so much. Be kind to yourself and to one another, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao for now.